We've seen Graveyard banned for the entirety of North America Season 9 or 60% win rate. It was something crazy.
And here we are, at most 6 games away from declaring a champion. McHugh's going to open with Princess down the right side and then rocketing the Elixir Collector. This tells me he's playing Spellbait, one of his favorite decks that he's ever. I mean, this is like pretty much one of the decks he's the most comfortable with. I can't imagine it's this, Minor Poison, and Expo are his 3 decks.
Now, if Musicmaster has Expo, this is actually an unfortunate matchup for McHugh.
Spellbait has a hard time with Expos. We've seen before. Expo can't rocket the tower.
Yeah.
It's 3 Musketeers instead. Now, Musicmaster at the very start of the season actually was playing 3 Musketeers a ton. Opted away from it after an unfortunate match where Wings beat him in a 3 Musketeers mirror, and since then he actually hadn't played it. So I don't know if he's just going back for old time's sake or if he thinks he's got a great matchup here. How does 3 Musketeers pair up against Spellbait?
So this actually is the Hog Mini P.E.K.K.A. Rocket deck. So I think this deck actually has a pretty favorable matchup because you can have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. destroy the Battle Ram pretty easily. And Mini P.E.K.K.A. does a decent job against the 3 Musketeers.
And actually, I misspoke a little bit earlier. The finals are best of 5, not best of 3. That's my mistake. So we are going to be, this will be first to 3 wins per matchup.
Yeah, and if McHugh wins this, then they will have to play another best of 5 because McHugh has already lost once in a match, Musicmaster has not.
The pump goes down, Rocket's immediately down to take it. Now this is an interesting way to play this matchup. You can either rocket the pumps or you can rocket the Musketeers, and it kind of depends on your deck and what you think your line of play is. What we've seen McHugh do here is he used Princess to get some splash damage on them. He used the Log on the 2 Musketeer side to get some value there. Doesn't want his opponent to pump up, but I've seen people play it kind of either way, depending on.
Oh, the minions are going to lock onto the Ice Golem, so this Hog's going to get 3 shots. Oh, Golem from Musicmaster. Wow.
Golem, 3 Musketeers, the biggest beatdown deck I can imagine. We might be seeing a split of 3 Musketeers here behind the Golem. Now, does he have Rocket back in cycle? He might just be able to rocket that 2 Musketeers side.
Yeah, he's going to rocket the 2 Musketeers here. He's going to...
Oh! Ooh, it missed the Battle Ram. I think that could have been really close. If it hit the Battle Ram as well, that would have been absolutely brutal.
Yeah, because then he would have had the Mini P.E.K.K.A. able to defend against his Golems. The Golem's going to walk up here and get some serious damage.
Yeah, that's the big downside of using your Mini P.E.K.K.A. over there is that now, like, yeah, you don't have that high DPS card to deal with the Golem. The Golem's going to explode and kill those bats. And now the 2 tanks are just getting on there. Musicmaster taking an early damage lead down to triple digits. The Musketeer locks on. No, gets knocked back by the Log. And it's locked on again. The tower goes down with just 13 seconds to go. And Musicmaster is going to go up 1-0 in this finals matchup.
This is such a difficult matchup. That Golem 3 Musketeers deck, I believe it's 5 points. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. All right, so game number 2. Minions come down to split in the back. Ice Golem Hog Rider aggressively coming out from Musicmaster. Bandit's going to be able to dash. E-Wiz comes down. This might be... No, Miner's banned, I was going to say. Or, no, Miner's not banned.
No, I don't believe so.
No, it's Graveyard and...
It's Graveyard and Inferno Dragon.
Inferno Dragon, yeah. So
we got Minor Poison out of McHugh. This looks like the 2.9 version. You might have the Inferno Tower in the middle in the deck. The Musicmaster, I don't know what sort of version of Hog Rider he's running. Could be the Mega Knight one that we saw earlier.
Yeah, he might have E-Wiz in that spot for the Inferno Dragon. Ice Golem get played in the back. Minions split once again for McHugh.
Both players incredibly serious, stoic on stage, focused on their game. All the time for joking and being silly earlier in this season have gone to the wayside.
Yeah, E-Wiz coming down. Bandit, good defensive poison right there from McHugh. It's going to be able to take down the E-Wiz and the Mega Minion pretty much to one-shot of the tower.
That's 9 elixir worth of troops all caught on the 4 elixir poison. There's the P.E.K.K.A.
So it's minor P.E.K.K.A. control right here. Hog doesn't even get a hit on the tower. And if Musicmaster, even if Musicmaster does have the Mega Knight, this matchup is still not looking good for him.
And Inferno Dragon is banned, and now it makes sense why. None of Musicmaster's decks have been running Inferno Tower, but the Ice Golem is going to come down and try to take that P.E.K.K.A. for a walk. And while that does buy you a little bit of time, the P.E.K.K.A. is going to eventually turn back and go down that fragile side lane.
Yeah, that has to be one of my favorite kites in the game, is kiting the P.E.K.K.A. or Mega Knight just away with the Ice Golem like that.
Now, nice thing for McHugh, you actually get to save up your elixir again from the counterattack, but you're right, that's so frustrating as a P.E.K.K.A. player to have a 2-cost Ice Golem just dance along, takes it for a walk along the river there. Oh, the bats are going to get in there. Oh,
good E-Wiz. Good E-Wiz. Let's see if he's going to No, I think McHugh is just going to let this Ewiz get a little bit of damage on the left-hand side.
Yeah, because the right side tower is really all the damages, you're letting your opponent split up their damage, which you're like kind of fine with. You know that in this matchup, probably only one tower is going to go down, so all of the damage on the second side tower is not really that important, because as we go into overtime, it's really only the first tower that's going to count.
Yeah, P.E.K.K.A is going to be able to take down the Hog. No shots on tower.
Let's see if another Ice Golem comes into the middle to drag it. I think this time he's got to be a little more prepared for it. Ice Spirit does get the jump. That's huge.
Miner's going to be coming in here.
Oh no, the Ice Golem just came down to buy a little bit of time and almost immediately got taken down. It's all coming down here.
Logs going to knock it away. Ooh, Bandit gets a couple shots in there.
Good defense though. I mean, really, the right side towers ended up at the same amount of health after all was said and done.
Yeah, so we're heading into overtime. Defensive Ewiz coming down here. Let's see if the P.E.K.K.A is going to come down. There it is. And this Hog will get eaten alive by the P.E.K.K.A Ewiz.
It's a pretty good poison, though, because the Ewiz is going to walk ahead and get wrecked. The Ewiz here was going to slow down the P.E.K.K.A, and I would expect to see another Ice Golem or something drag everything over. But they're just trading poisons back and forth. It's so many
the Bandit
spells.
Dashes onto the Ewiz. It's going to dash to the tower. Goes to the...
Whoa!
Cmchugh is going to take a game. Oh, the Ewiz comes down.
But the next poison will take it down.
Yeah,
I don't see how he can do 1,000 damage in the next just few seconds. So Miner's going to come in and tie this matchup 1-1.
Yep, there's the poison. Miner gets a chip and shot in. Ice Golem has to walk away. So,
whew.
Here we go. Musicmaster. Skeleton cycled from McHugh. Ice Golem for Musicmaster.
Early on, this is pretty common for these top players, is just to cycle their cheap, inconsequential cards to get the right hand that they actually want. Early on, you have a randomized starting hand, so you got to get out just the junk, you know, this kind of filler cards out of your hand to get whatever the big setup is going to be.
Whoa, Three Musketeers very aggressively right here. Tornado's going to pull all that into one lane.
And he's going to log it, I think, right after. No, he already played log. It's already out of hand, and maybe that's why he went for the Three Musketeers.
Ice Wiz is going to slow all these Muskies down, and it's going to be able to take it out. Beautiful play right there.
But I think it worked out better for Musicmaster, because look at the elixir bars.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he managed to get rid of the Musketeers, but at what cost?
Oh, the rocket down onto the pump. I think McHugh knew he had the pump as soon as he saw the Three Musketeers, so when McHugh tornadoed it all, he said, I'll just defend this with my cards, and then I'll be able to rocket the pump and not allow Musicmaster to get that elixir lead.
And yeah, I think if I'm Musicmaster, I might be trying to play another set of Musketeers because I know my opponent doesn't have rocket. Now, the big worry, of course, is that if he, like, tornado and then logs, like, tornadoes them all into the same lane and then logs it, that's really good. I mean, it's almost like a fireball worth to all three Musketeers.
Yeah, that takes out a lot of their health.
Ooh, Expo comes out for McHugh, and he has revealed his deck, and that is locked onto the tower for a ton of damage. All three Musketeers come out, pick off the Mega Minion right away, or I'm sorry, the Ice Wizard right away, and then shoot down the Expo. But they're going to walk into, I think, a pretty valuable log here.
Ooh,
yeah,
there
that's
it is,
really
yeah.
good. A lot of damage.
This is actually
out of tower range.
This is really good matchup for McHugh here. Expo, he has the Expo, so he can opt to play the Expo defensively and hit the musket. Oh, Musicmaster actually made a misplay right there. He can rocket the tower and the pump.
I think he's opting, now that they're in double elixir time, I feel like a lot of players switch from rocketing pumps to rocketing the Musketeers once you hit double elixir. It's like, fine, you can feel free to pump up. It's like not a big deal. You're right. What McHugh can do if it gets a little closer, he hasn't done it yet, but he could play a defensive Expo right in the middle of the board, so that no matter where you play your Musketeer, the Expo has a longer range and is just like shooting all of them. He's going to put them all in the same lane and let the Expo shoot from across the river here.
Yeah, Ice Golem's going to tank one of the Musketeers, and the Expo's just going to chop him away. Bandit's going to charge onto the Ice Wizard here, and it might get a lock onto the tower. There it is.
Wow. And just like that, he's tying it back up. The damage on the left side is very, very close to one another. And another Expo is going to come down from Musicmaster. Pump comes out. No! That is a bad time to play your Elixir Collector when the Expo comes out. Now he is low on Elixir in order to try and stop it. This Expo might be the one that finishes off Musicmaster and puts McHugh up 2-0 in the match.
Yeah, this is going to be very close. Mega Minion chops down that Bandit. Ice Golem comes down to tank a little bit more for Musicmaster.
And the problem is he's just not getting any damage on the Expo. Like, yeah, he's blocking it, but the whole time the Expo's shooting, and there's just nothing like actually taking down the Expo itself. Somehow he managed to get through that without taking any damage, and the Elixir is very close to each other. So, wow, Musicmaster. I could have sworn the game was over right there.
Yeah, so McHugh's going to pump here with Expo here with Musicmaster pumping. Bandit dashes onto the Ice Golem. Ice Spirit jumps onto the Ice Golem, but not the Expo. Ewis gets taken out, and this might be the Expo connection Cmchugh needs.
It's crazy because Musicmaster's pumps are really helping, giving him more elixir on short notice to turn these games around, and that Electro Wizard is going to take out the Expo. And even though he's taking a tiny bit of damage from the logs here and there, he's doing a really good job staying above water. And I think he even snuck another pump in there somewhere along the way.
Yeah, is this Tornado going to pull the Musketeer? It does. Let's see how McHugh defends this. Log doesn't clip the Ice Spirit, but should be able to take down these Muskies and not deal too much damage on the right-hand side.
The problem is that because the left side tower is already the lower side, it's dangerous because, like, yeah, okay, you get a little bit of damage over on the right side tower, but who cares? Unless that's the actual, like, end of the game, it might just be wasted damage.
Oh, that was a beautiful log right here. It takes out the Ice Spirit. The Expo's going to lock on. Ewiz comes down, going to slow it down a little bit, but that is a log rocket away, I believe. Yes.
So the next log and rocket should be able to finish it off here.
I think that actually might be exactly the amount that McHugh needs.
Actually, it might be short. It's going to be short by 2 health. The log would take it down to 495. Oh, no, wow, you're
exactly.
right. You're better at math than I am. Wow, I can't do math.
We were just sitting here in suspense like, is that enough?
Is that enough? I was sitting there doing, like, I was sitting there going,
Defend the Musketeers, no problem by the time Musicmaster was able to cycle him, so.
Agree. So let's see, we are in game 4 of this matchup. McHugh just needs one more win to push it to do a match reset and go to the pure finals. Musicmaster is trying to prevent that from happening.
Both players just cycling here a little bit, trying to get in a good rotation for the rest of this match. Ewa is coming down. We might see Musicmaster bring out the Hog Mega Knight in this match. That's what he's been winning with, so he's going to pump here.
Could be a balloon-style deck. It also could be like the Wings 3 Musketeers deck, right, where you run Electro Wizard in there.
Yeah. Minor Poison, that's going to do some really good damage.
Uh-oh, the Electro Wizard's actually going to lock onto the tower, and the Miner still has a little bit of health left. That's really good. A lot of early damage from McHugh here in his 2.9 Minor Poison deck. Musicmaster did get a pump out, but it was a little late, and I don't know if he's going to get another pump out anytime soon. Maybe.
Yeah, Miner's going to come down here. I think Musicmaster has 3 Musketeers.
Got it. It does look a lot like the Wings 3 Musketeers deck. So Wings obviously did very, very well this whole season with 3 Musketeers. What was unique about his version was that he ran just minions instead of minion horde, and he ran Electro Wizard as sort of a catch-all defensive troop. Very rare do you see the Electro Wizard in 3 Musketeer decks.
Oh, that Ewiz. If that Ewiz survived, that would have been a lot of damage on the left-hand side from McHugh as well.
I got repeated the first push where the Electro Wizard was getting a ton of damage in while also slowing the amount of damage that the tower was doing to the Miner.
Yeah, so here comes a Miner minion push on the right-hand side. The Mega Minion's going to take the aggro. Log's going to come down here and take a lot of all the goblins out. And Mega Minion is going to get one shot by that tower. And Musicmaster might opt to pump again here. McHugh coming in with a Golem. Miner Golem Poison. Very interesting.
Golem and Miner have started to go together a lot more often recently because the Miner can tank for the Golemites, or vice versa. Oh. So kind of like how people use Giant and Miner together, it actually goes really well with something like either Electro Wizard or Night Witch behind it.
Yeah, these Musketeers might actually get a decent amount of damage on the left-hand side here. They're one shot each, but they got a lot of damage in there. 1,200 damage to be exact. The damage lead suddenly goes
to actually Musicmaster on the left lane. The Golems are going to come here and try to tie it up. There's a whole smattering of blue and red on the field right now. That Miner's chasing down an Ice Golem, and the next Golem is going to come out for McHugh.
Musicmaster might play Musketeers in the center. There they are. 2 going to the left, 1 going to the right. Poison comes down here on the left-hand side for McHugh. Try to take care of these Musketeers so don't get a little bit more chip damage. Goblins come down as well, and those Musketeers will fall. And the Minions come down to try to intercept that Mega Minion. If the Mega Minion goes down, which it does, it leaves the Musketeer and the Electro Wizard still attacking. The Miner comes in to try to clear up some of those defensive troops, and it looks like McHugh's going to do it. There it is.
Take a 3-1 victory. It's not done yet, but there it is.
There's the Poison.
Wow, 3-1 victory, wins the match, and we are going to a second best-of-5 to determine once and for all who is the North American champion. Taking out that Elixir Collector, taking out any sort of big, tanky build-up decks on the other side.
I think he lost all his games on stage.
Yeah.
Or won.
Yeah.
But backstage, he actually went like 5-1.
Oh, wow, really good.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a great turnaround for him. But I guess the point still stands, right?
Yeah.
Where you really want to be versatile. You really want to have a lot of decks and not be too predictable. McHugh's already giving out a cry face, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because he's playing Spellbait and Musicmaster is playing Expo. That would be my guess, taking a look at this.
Yeah, I think he knows Musicmaster has log. He might have just got the log in rotation, and Musicmaster's going to Expo here. Espero comes down to tank the Expo for a couple shots. Expo, I think, got maybe one bolt off.
Yeah, very few.
Yeah.
Now, McHugh, this is not a great matchup, but I don't think it's an unwinnable matchup or anything like that.
Especially with Pump In.
Right. So it's not like the Expo deck is going to get like super far ahead or anything, because he's always going to have the Rocket to deal with the Expo. The problem is he's not going to be able to Rocket towers if you're always holding it for the Expo. Now, we saw this before, though, against Wings. Remember, he purposely played to a draw in order to just to basically not take the loss, push it to another game.
Yeah, this might actually be some really good damage. Oh, the Tornado's going to pull it all together. Ooh, and the Ice Wizard. Splash.
Well played comes out of McHugh for Musicmaster, and I think another Rocket's going to come down and maybe hit that 9 elixir worth of troops. The Rocket comes out just in time. Does get a few shots, though, on the tower. 1964 on that bottom right side.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a Wing situation where you just misplay the Rocket. That's...
Don't rub it in, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He might be watching. So here
he knows I love him. He's a great guy. Great kid. Great kid.
So let's see. Musicmaster's last card is probably Rocket again. Oop. Log comes down right away, knocks it down. And now here comes the Goblin Gang and the Goblin Barrel, because he knows there is no log to deal with it. He's going to Tornado them all together, put the Ice Wizard in place, and that works just all the same. 3 elixir takes out Goblin Gang and Goblin Barrel, and doesn't take any damage on the counterattack.
I'm honestly kind of surprised Musicmaster hasn't tornadoed the barrel to the King Tower to activate it.
I mean, he's been tornadoing away to that far corner seems to be working as well. If you tornado to the King Tower, you do take a few stabs. And it looks like they're just trading rockets. Now this might be a really good time to get your Expo down. Yep, exactly like that, because now there's no rocket for it. So this Expo is going to try to lock on. Oh, ouch. It hit 2 of the Goblins. And now that Knight has just got to get cleaned up. If that Knight gets cleaned up, there is a pretty clear shot to the tower, because that is a very healthy Expo. And there it is. Goblins come down to try to finish off the Expo, but another log comes through, and it's locked on for more and more damage. It is going to bring it down to within rocket range. And with only 15 seconds left to go, I think Musicmaster is going to go up 1 game in this series.
Yeah, I don't think McHugh... I don't think he should have rocketed that early. That was... It's a tough call, because obviously you want to be able to rocket away and keep up with your opponent, and it's a very tough call in a situation like that, and especially in a high pressure. It's really tough as a log bait player against an Expo, and so props to McHugh for playing it as well as he did.
Absolutely. So here we go. Game 2 of this match, opening up with Ice Golem for Musicmaster. Hog Rider comes down. McHugh is, I'm not sure what he's playing yet too. Oh, he's got a little Mega Knight of his own. We might be seeing either Mega Knight Balloon or Mega Knight Hog Rider out of McHugh already.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Musicmaster went to his Mega Knight Hog deck that we've seen him play so well. Ooh, the
even
P.E.K.K.A.
better. So P.E.K.K.A. is such a good matchup against Mega Knight. Might be the hardest of hard counters out there, because the 2 7-cost troops bump into each other, and look at how little damage P.E.K.K.A. sustains while taking out that 7-cost Mega Knight. Great poison as well, as the archers go down and the Mega Minion goes down after. A lot of elixir was spent there trying to stop that.
But a beautiful zap from McHugh ends up evening out the elixir. McHugh's actually up a little bit.
Yeah, really good turnaround there. But
he did take a little bit of damage, though.
Yeah, so McHugh's, though they're even in elixir, McHugh is down by about 700 health 1 minute into regulation.
Yeah, it's not the situation you want to be in. Looking at McHugh's deck, it could be Graveyard, too.
It's a very good... Ooh, the Mega Knight, great counter to Hog Rider. And here's the problem. You're killing the 4-cost Hog Rider. Oh, but he did take a swing, which hurts. But this P.E.K.K.A.'s going to stop it here. Or he's going to use Mega Minion instead.
Oh, he's going to kite it with the Ice Golem.
Taking it for a walk along the bay here.
One of my favorite kites in the game is doing that. There's a Graveyard coming out on the right-hand side while the tower's focused onto the Mega Knight.
Great Graveyard, though, because now this Mega Minion, or the Mega Knight, was coming in to threaten, and he had to put down the Log and Mega Minion to help stop it.
Yeah.
So now we see a Hog Rider here. Oh, he's going to go Hog Rider on the other side. So you have to kind of spend some elixir to stop this Mega Minion Electro Wizard, or it's going to really hurt over there. And I like how he's split pushing by putting the Hog Rider on the left, by being like, look, you have to stop. I know you're going to commit elixir onto this side. So since you're already going to do that, let me go on the side that is less defended.
Yeah, and I think McHugh did a fantastic job. He zapped the bats, Goblin the Hog, Archer the Minion, and E-Wiz. And here comes a Graveyard Poison on the right-hand side.
I believe that is a defensive poison.
Yep, that is a defensive poison.
Musicmaster's defensive poison is going to take care of all those skeletons. Look at this big push coming in right now. The Mega Minion is maybe going to finish off the Hog Rider. No, one swing. 2 swings, brings it down to 7-10 as the Mega Minion is chopping up the Mega Knight the whole time. This Mega Knight is not going to jump onto the tower. P.E.K.K.A is played defensively on the right side. I believe he's doing that just to prevent whatever push might be coming down that way, and it forces Cmchugh to actually switch lanes into the other side. I don't know how I feel about that defensive P.E.K.K.A, but if he gets out of this push without dying, then I think he might have wrapped up this game.
Yeah, that defensive poison did wonders, especially with the new graveyard buff. That poison, so good against graveyard.
It fits just perfectly. And Electro Wizard's going to take down that Archer Mega. Oh, wait, he's going to knock it back. Is the Mega Knight going to pull it? Does he get one swing? No, he has to use a defensive zap to keep it alive. But the whole time, P.E.K.K.A and Mega Minion are getting ever closer on the other side.
And a defensive P.E.K.K.A coming down on the left-hand side. Cmchugh might have to go hard on the left-hand side before...
this might be it. But this Hog Rider and Mega Minion might be the difference here. He's going to go all in and probably put down a poison with it if I had to guess. Yeah, that poison's going to work. Still no Hog Rider, opting not to go in like that too crazy with it. He's got to stop this though. Here comes the Hog Rider now because he's trying to distract this. Well played, says Cmchugh. A log is coming down to prevent it.
And that is going to be good game. Musicmaster goes up 2-0.
Game of the North American Championship.
Yeah, and then we will see. Both of these guys are going to London, but we'll see who walks away with that title.
Miner comes down to the bats, all swarm over to it right away, starting to clean that out. Musicmaster gives a little frown, didn't really like that. And the Miner is going out for Cmchugh, so we have a Miner duel here. We'll see what the other supporting cards are.
I wonder if this is Musicmaster's Mortar. No, it's not Mortar. Double Giant, double Minions, yep.
Now is the Giant going to beat the Mega Minion? What's going to go first? Yes, the Giant is actually locked onto the Mega Minion's going to have free reign to start swinging. Minion Horde is doing some crazy work. The poison will finish him off, but will this push get through any more damage? Yes, it is! Musicmaster might take a tower here in the first 45 seconds of the game as the Bats and Night Witch are swarming onto the tower. One more swing brings it down to a 5-28, and Cmchugh gives a little bit of a sigh, but Musicmaster doesn't react. Like, he knows like that was a really good early push, but the game is not over yet. 2 minutes left in regulation, and he is up by about 2,000 damage there on the right side.
That was an unbelievable first push, just kind of cycling here on the right-hand side. Mortar coming down from Cmchugh. Mortar is Musicmaster's signature.
Yeah, and he's actually reset. We actually haven't seen Musicmaster play Mortar at all day. I think Cmchugh was trying to maybe catch him off guard, maybe trying to play like a spell bait thing against him. Well played comes out for Musicmaster, as I think he was like, yeah, respects the game. You know, it's gonna play my deck against me. I like it. But now here's a downside for Cmchugh. If you try to connect with the Mortar, he's got Giant. Giant's like one of the best things out there to block against future Mortar. So now that he knows what the deck is, it's going to be a little harder to pull that off.
Yeah, Giant beat down decks, counter siege, but we were talking about this earlier. Mortar, since it costs only 4 elixir, you might be able to outcycle, but with this much of an early lead, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, so a bunch of the Bats survive, and they're going to get onto that tower. The Mega Minion comes down, and look at that, the Mortar's actually shooting out to the far-angled Giant. The Mega Minion is trying to chop through, but no, it's not going to work. That is a very healthy Mortar, though, surviving, and the Knight in front of it. This could be a Mortar that starts to turn around the match for Cmchugh. Right now, Musicmaster is up by 1 tower and just 45 seconds away from becoming the North American champion. Giant comes down to help block, and it does absorb some shots. The Minions are doing their absolute best to chop it up, but it gets punched down by the Giant. 33 seconds remaining. Musicmaster is so close to claiming the first major tournament title of his career.
Yep, Mortar's going to lock onto the Ewiz here. Log comes down to take care of the Goblins, gets distracted. Ewiz gets distracted by the Miner. Skeletons aren't doing enough damage onto that Mortar. Mortar is going to lock onto the tower, but with 15 seconds left, I don't think
he can do it. Yep. 10 seconds are going to remain in this match. Musicmaster can finally breathe easy. I think he's going to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a new North American champion, Musicmaster. He has done it. The 16th qualifier. He made it through Elimination Week. He makes it to the top of North America out of 28 million players in the Crown Championship. Arena as Musicmaster raises his trophy high. He has been playing this game at a competitive level for over a year, and finally it all